Hey guys! Yes, I am wearing the same shirt I was wearing in the first video. That's because I'm filming them on the same day. I promise I'm not just wearing the same clothes every day. For our second writing assignment this week, we are going to continue working with poetry. And we are going to talk about two new poems, and we're going to discuss the form of these poems, as well as kind of noticing those sensory details, personification, all that other stuff that we've kind of been talking about. But these poems, I believe, are in your student writing handbook on page 40. There's two poems. One is called Fireworks, and one is called Flamingo. We're going to start with Fireworks. It's by Valerie Worth. Okay, so turn to page 40 real quick, find Fireworks, and follow along with me. So I'm going to read it twice. First time, if you want to close your eyes and just picture it, imagine it, totally fine. If you want to follow along with me, that's fine as well. Fireworks by Valerie Worth. First, a far thud. Then the rocket climbs the air, a dull red flare, to hang a moment, invisible before its shut black shell cracks and claps against the ears, breaks and billows into bloom, spilling down clear green sparks, gold spears, silent sliding silver waterfalls and stars. Okay, I'm going to read that one more time. Follow along with me this time if you didn't the first. First, a far thud. Then the rocket climbs the air, a dull red flare, to hang a moment, invisible before its shut black shell cracks and claps against the ears, breaks and billows into bloom, spilling down clear green sparks, gold spears, silent sliding silver waterfalls and stars. So that is Firework by Valerie Worth. And I want you to take a moment to go and answer a couple of the discussion questions. I'll read them here and explain what I want, so don't go and answer them yet. But I have a couple questions for you about Firework. If you need to go back and listen to it read again, go ahead and do that. The nice thing about the video is you can just rewind it. First question. What sensory details helped you see and hear these fireworks? So maybe what you might do is go back, reread the poem, and this time really do close your eyes and pinpoint and see if you can picture or pick out which words exactly put the image in your mind of a firework. What sensory details helped you to really imagine that you're watching fireworks? Okay, so that's your first question. If you want to go pause and answer that now, that's fine. Second question. What words in this poem remind you of the sound of fireworks? So pinpointing that specific sensory detail, which words helped you pinpoint the sound? Okay? And then last question, what else did you notice about this poem? You can be about the form or it can be about the poem itself. But just tell me a sentence or two about what you noticed. The sentence requirements are going to be listed next to the question, whether it's one sentence, two sentences, whatever it is. So make sure you're paying attention to those and completing the assignment based on those, okay? So some of you may have noticed that Firework is written a little differently. The form is a little different than other poems that we've read in the past. Some poems have words or letters placed on the page in unusual ways. This poem starts with the word first, and it's just one line that says the word first. And then the last line has, 6 words in it, and 4 of them start with S, which is kind of interesting. But you can see when you look at the poem how it kind of builds like that. So the cool thing about poetry is you can do stuff like that. I'm going to have you turn to page 41 now. We're going to read another poem by Valerie Worth. This one's called Flamingo, and I'm going to ask you a couple questions about it afterwards as well. So I'm going to read Flamingo. I'll read it twice. If you want to close your eyes the first time and just picture it, that's fine. If you want to follow along, that's fine as well. So this is Flamingo by Valerie Worth. The flamingo lingers a long time over one pink leg. Later, he ponders upon the other for a while instead. Okay, I'll read that a second time. The flamingo lingers a long time over one pink leg. Later, he ponders upon the other for a while instead. So that's our poem, Flamingo. A couple questions for you about it. First question, What did you notice about the shape of the poem? So think about like the form, the shape of it, the way it looked on the page. What did you notice about it? Second question. Remember, if you want to pause after each question to go and answer it, you can, or you can listen to all of them. It's up to you. Second question. What does the shape of the poem, let me start that over again. How does the shape of the poem Flamingo help you imagine a flamingo? So I don't know if your guys' has pictures on it. My copy has pictures of flamingos right underneath. If you didn't have those pictures, how would the way the poem's written help you to imagine a flamingo? And last question. Why do you think the poet might have shaped flamingo this way? Why would they have done that? Did it make the poem better? Did it add anything to it? Was it just because they wanted to? Why do you think they did it? Okay, so that was your assignment for today, was answering these couple discussion questions. But since it was a little bit shorter today, since we didn't have quite as many questions and not a full assignment like we did for the first lesson, I'm going to ask you to do 20 minutes of writing for this lesson. Your writing time requirements are on the Seesaw assignment, so you can go ahead and check them out there. If you're doing all of the writing lessons on one day, that's totally fine. Just make sure you break it up with a little bit of writing time in between. If you're doing one lesson or one activity a day, that's fine too. Just make sure that you're doing a little bit of writing every day, okay? Again, you can send me a Google Doc with your writing. You can do it right in the Seesaw. You can do it in your journal, send me a picture, whatever works best for you. Just make sure that I'm getting your writing, whatever it is, and check out those writing time options on the Seesaw. Bye, guys. Good luck.